to Fearless Friday, your day to reclaim your weekend and your life. Last week we spoke about letting go of the good things that we have in life in order to reach for and be ready for and open for the great things in life. Now, one of the things that I also mentioned in my video last week and in the What's Up Wednesday call is while we are making that transition from good to great, many times we enter into this void-like state. Now, that void-like state can be really scary, and so that's what this week's topic is going to be about. We're going to talk about being in the void and how we can use it to our advantage. Now, many times when we're in this void-like state, regardless of what facet of our life that we're in, if we're moving from a good relationship to a great relationship, from a good career to a great career, whatever the case may be, or if you've stripped out everything in your life and you're starting completely new and completely fresh, many times in this facet of our life, we feel in this void. We feel like we have no solid foundation, nothing under our feet. We have no footing. And we also have a weight on our shoulders, almost like a burden on our shoulders, because we do have life expectations. We may have a mortgage, we may have a car payment, we may have a spouse, we may have children, we may have pets, all this other stuff. So even though we're starting fresh in a certain aspect of our life and feeling that void, we also have responsibilities to maybe ourselves as well as others. And so it's really easy to feel that you're getting, tossed around, like it's almost head over heels or heels over head, since you have these weight on your shoulders and nothing under your ground, or nothing under your feet, and feeling like that you have no ground to stand on and no foundation to stand on. Now, in this state, it's really easy to panic. It's really easy to focus on the negative and what we don't want. And knowing that this state, knowing that this void is really a blank slate, knowing that, then you can choose to, instead of feeling all topsy-turvy, you can choose to focus on the contrast, focus on those things that you're experiencing that you don't like, and the things that you're experiencing that you do like in this void-like state. If fear is coming up, sit with the fear and ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of in this aspect of my life that's all this stuff is coming up? And when you look at that contrast, you look at what you don't want, then you can see and really get very specific about what you do want. And that brings us to the challenge for this week, because this really is your time to be specific. So this week's challenge, step number 1, is feel the void. Feel all that is in the void. Feel the depression, the sadness, the anger, the fear, the joy, the excitement, all that pure potential energy. Then, in feeling that void and feeling the frustration and the anger and all these other things and the joy and the excitement, figure out what you do want. Figure out and be very specific about what you want. Let's just say that right now you don't have a job and you're angry and you're depressed and you're fearful and you know how you feel. Okay, so shift your thinking and say, okay, what do I want to feel? What do I want in a job? Many times people go and interview for a job, but they forget to interview the company. They just are being interviewed, but they forget to interview the company. This is your time to find that perfect job. This is your time to be very specific. And many times, especially in this economy that we live in, many times people think that they have to settle for less than. You don't. Be very specific. There is a perfect career for you out there with your perfect criteria. You just have to be specific. Same with relationships. Be specific. What do you want in a relationship? What do you like? What do you not like? Be very specific. And I recommend that you write all this stuff down, because once you have it in your head and there's all this stuff going on, if you write it down, then you can actually see and be very specific and then say, yeah, I really do want this in a new car, or in my finances, or in my career. One of the things that I recommended in my What's Up Wednesday call this week was, if you, let's just say that you have a bank account that's constantly, like in debt or overdrawn, and it's just a mess. One of the things that I recommend is open up a new account. Start fresh. Literally, start fresh. open up a new account. It may take a few months to transition everything, all of the new withdrawals and all this other stuff if you have auto withdrawals. But take the time to start fresh with that. It's okay, even with a new bank. But the key is to be very specific about what you really, truly want. Because if you're not specific, you're gonna still feel lost and feel like you're floundering. So this week's challenge, feel the void. Feel what you feel and honor it. Then use that as fuel to be very specific about what you really want and what you really want to bring into your life. And the third thing is know your value, know your worth, know how precious you really truly are, and know that the more specific you get with everything in your life, the more easily it will come to you, because it really acts as the filter. When you say, this is what I want a red Camaro, then you can start to laser in and focus on that. I want a job that makes me feel this way. I want a job that I can do this, action in, whatever that action is. If it's a service industry, if it's a whatever, if it's a computer job, be very specific, and then you can start to laser in and find that perfect job, that perfect set of finances, that perfect person for you to hang out with for a long time, whatever it is. But the more specific you can be, and the more that you realize your worth and your value as a person, those two things will help align you to achieve that greatness and fearlessly inspired state in your life. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter and any other social media platform. Until next week, I'm wishing you a fearlessly inspired